Oh, this is extremely aggravating. Today we're looking for a Solitude fifth wheel. I think it's 39 foot, and I've already looked. That's us right here. All hooked up once again, getting ready to head to Arroyo Grande, California. Guys, I was gonna say, I normally do this when I finish up. I do a little video and I talk about what I've done. You know, get in here, I got trash I gotta throw out. But check and make sure my pin's in good, and make sure my jaws are locked around my fifth wheel good, make sure my breakaway cable's hooked up good. And I love this thing. I think they're linked for them in the description, or you can just go on Amazon, curly breakaway cable, and just hook it through the hoop. You know, you don't have to untangle all that mess up there. They're not that expensive, and I just like it. So what I was saying is, it's not a bad idea for you to make a little video walking around your trailer when you get hooked up. You know, you don't have to post it on YouTube or worry about nothing like that, but it shows a lot better than pictures, you know, that there's not damage. That way if you get there and they claim damage or something, you can say, well, you know, it wasn't there when I picked it up, and or it was there when I picked it up, or whatever. You know, I think it's a good idea to take pictures and also to go around and record a little video. But this one's good. The rain has slacked off. I got a Cfarmeronyt transport. If y'all remember him, he's over here getting loaded too. He's going to California as well. If you hadn't checked out his channel, go check him out. I'm sure you'll see him in my video this round. I do need to lock these two doors, or these two latches. I forgot it. I didn't know that door was back here, actually. I didn't notice it. But I'm gonna finish things up, get my logbook squared away, and I'm gonna check that awning up there. See, in the front there's a gap. I don't know what I can do for that, but I need to make sure it's not coming loose, make sure it's not coming out. I think it's supposed to be completely up against the side. So check all that stuff out, and I'll see y'all on the road. We're here at Joplin, Missouri, right here at the I-44 Petro. Got Tony here with us. Hello, Tony. And Cfarmeronyt Transport's here with us. And if you heard that click, he got dead batteries. Tony has got a jump box here. It's an Autotech 12-volt power portable Jumpstart box, 4,500 amp. We're gonna see if it'll start this decent. And I've got one, but it's only 1,200 amp. But if his don't have enough to start it, we'll put mine over here and it will start it. It won't start it by itself, but you know, Cfarmeronyt making his video. Guys, if y'all ain't went over and checked him out, go check him out. He'd really appreciate it. He's right around 400 subscribers, and I'd like to see him get up at least 500 or so in the next month or so. So if you go over and I'll leave a link in the description of this video. So here he is. He got the jump box, and he gonna go ahead and hook it up. It's a Autogen 12-volt portable Jumpstart power bank, and it's 4,500 amps. So he gonna go ahead and hook it up on the battery here.
Guys, I normally like hooking my positive up first, so that way if something's ever touching and you don't want to spark. So just stick it on that, and then I can get into it. And Tony said, I guess you just hit this power button right here.
Yep.
Boost. And then hit the boost.
Alright.
Alright. And as y'all seen a while ago, guys, my battery's completely dead.
Kind of hard to hold two phones at the same time, but it's working. Check that out. That's pretty doggone good to have two battery trucks that's got both batteries dead and fired up like that.
Yeah, fired right up like it was two brand new batteries.
Here's my unit. I don't know how I got suckered into this thing, and they got those two little baby things, but it is what it is. So on the awning yesterday, that awning had came out, and I noticed it when I got loaded, and it looks like it's coming out again. but there was a button in there that said retract and extend, and I had to extend it out, reel it back in. I do not like going into campers, but I do not like the idea of things sitting up here flopping in the wind. I just opened the door on the controls and push the extend and retract. But overall it's pulling good, but I am not getting very good fuel mileage. I'm actually thinking I may have a boost leak. I just kind of walking around checking for myself this morning. It's my second time walking around it. But then we're gonna get on the road and try to make it as far into New Mexico as we can tonight. So today is Tuesday, November the 1st. We got up, got breakfast, and got in the truck getting ready to get on our way, and Jody had the dead batteries. And that jump box, I'm gonna try to do a review on that jump box. I'm gonna try to borrow it from Tony and look it over a little bit better and get some information on it, because it's a lot cheaper than the Noco, but it's still the 4,500 amps, and it fired up. After seeing it fire up Semperfi's truck the way it did with 2 dead batteries, that's pretty stout. So I'm gonna check that out, see if I can get some more information on it from myself, and I'll try to do a review video on it for you guys. And I'll probably be ordering one in the near future. I just still trying to build some money back up. But we come down 44 and came through Tulsa, and right on the other side of Tulsa, right after we went through, I saw flashing lights, and I went and started trying to get moving to the left lane, and I was watching for traffic, and I looked back up as soon as I was passing by the truck, and it was a transporter changing a tire. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry about that. If we would have seen it, would have been anybody changing a tire that didn't have help, we would have stopped. But by the time we figured out the situation, by the time we could have got over, we would have been so far past it, we couldn't have been no good anyway. But still kind of feel bad about that. I wished I'd seen it sooner. And there was a subscriber I was wanting to meet up with today, Timothy, and I'm going to try to catch him on the way back. If you're watching this, I'm going to try to catch you on the way back. Just kind of depends on how things go on the way out. If we can get out, get unloaded, and get headed back in a timely fashion, that'd be great. But anyway, so our next stop is Amarillo for fuel, and then after that we're just going to try to make it as far as we can go. Have been feeling the wind pick up. Hopefully it won't get that bad. I don't think we're really going to have to deal with it till tomorrow, but it looked like Flagstaff could be getting hit pretty hard with wind anytime we go through there. But hopefully we can find a weather break and slip on through. Well, here we are today at the Route 66 Casino here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, just west of Albuquerque. There is Semperfi Transport, talking to Tony, and we all ready to go. We kind of slept in because we kind of run late. This is a pretty nice casino. I've never won any money here. Well, I didn't really lose a lot of money here, so I guess it's fair. But if you come in and you got a CDL, you sign up for a player's card, you get a free steak dinner. And I've already had it. It's not that bad. It's actually a pretty good steak dinner. So I guess we're about to get headed on to Milan, New Mexico. We got up, checked everything out. Everything looks good, and just worried about this wind and possibly some snow situation on Flagstaff. Left the casino, made it right down the road to exit 100, and now we're about to turn out on 150 feet, turn left on US Route 66. So I don't know, I hope it's a good idea taking this detour. I normally don't do that with a camper on, but yeah, all the big trucks is doing it, so if I can fit, I can fit, right? So hang on. I think y'all all three can get it if you can come on. There's a car coming, but I think y'all all three got time, or both of you. Anyway, so last night I got a coyote. He run right out in front of me, and the way it sounded when he hit, I just knew he took half my bumper off. But that's one thing about that bumper. I keep saying I ever dent it, I'm gonna put me a big one on here, but it's pretty daggum solid. It is pretty solid. So got blood on the camper and blood on the back of my truck where it got him, but I hated that, but he ran right out in front of it, wasn't nothing I could do. Anyway, what I'm wanting to get is one like an iron cross, or I've seen the move bumpers. I'm really not sure exactly which one I want to get yet. Wow. But one with a little bull bar up in the front, that's what I want. But they got some cool old cars. If you just ever get out on the back roads in New Mexico and out this way and just ride around, man, you'll see cars you ain't seen since the 80s just sitting out in somebody's yard, just hanging out. If I have more money, I'd be trying to buy them. I can see our backup over there. They just sitting on the interstate, so we're doing some good. We may not be doing a lot of good by going around. We're definitely doing some good. And this is not helping with our wind situation later on today either. So we're tossing around the idea of just getting to Milan, New Mexico, and just holding up there and getting some work done on the trucks and all that stuff, and calling their places and telling them it's going to be Friday instead of Thursday. We hope we can get through here in time to beat that wind, but I don't know. I don't mind low wind. I don't like high wind at all, especially when they start talking about over 40 mile an hour. I just don't want no part of it. 30 mile an hour, it depends on which way the wind's blowing. 25 mile an hour can be bad, you know, if it's hitting you right. I've driven in 25 mile an hour wind, maybe won't pull over, and I've driven in 35 mile an hour wind gusts when the windy app said it was going to be 35 mile an hour wind gusts, but it was blowing right directly at you, and it was hitting you just right, and you couldn't even tell the wind was blowing until you stopped and got out of the truck. So I don't know. We're gonna stop up here, get fuel, and get breakfast, and think about it a little bit more and see what happens. But I'm thinking if we stop by 9 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll take off and try to push through and get unloaded Friday. But I gotta call them. It may be one of the things where I've never delivered there on a Friday before that I know of, so I need to make sure they even receive on Friday. Trailer Hitch RV, Arroyo Grande, California. But anyway, I just want to show you guys a little bit more Route 66. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. It is to me. I love the landscapes. I love just the looks of all of it now. I wouldn't want to be out here not knowing any more about things out here than I do. I sure wouldn't want to be out here wandering around by myself on foot, that's for sure. I don't like snakes. But anyway, looks like we're about to get back on the big road and traffic is moving, so that was a good call to take the detour. This is extremely aggravating. Alright, I am right here. I got shut down for wind last night. It said it was 23 mile an hour gust, and it was definitely way more than we drove in 30 mile an hour gust all day yesterday. I guess it was a headwind because we couldn't even really tell the wind was blowing. And now we gotta go right across through here another 3.5 hours to like right around here. So today is Thursday, November the 3rd. I am on Highway 58, goes between Barstow and Bakersfield. And we left yesterday at the Route 66 casino over in Albuquerque. And it looked like the wind was going to kick our butts all the way across Flagstaff, and they were supposed to get snow, supposed to be getting snow today. So we kind of sitting around waiting on a little weather window, see if we could find a break in it. And really, we didn't at first, and we decided we was going to go a little bit further. We were going to go to Milan, and then we decided we'd just kind of baby step on up to it and watch for the wind to die down, because it will change. The forecast will change. The windy app, it's really good, but it's not always 100% accurate. And so the closer we got, we weren't feeling any wind. We decided we'd keep going until we started feeling it and then pull over. I mean, the wind gusts were what we worried about. The sustained wind wasn't that bad at all, but the wind gust was showing to be, at one point in time, it was showing to be 55, 56 miles an hour yesterday in Flagstaff. And that's just way out of my, it shouldn't be on the road in that. Anyway, by the time we got there, it was showing like possible 30 mile an hour wind gusts, and we breezed right on across Flagstaff. And I thought after we got off Flagstaff we was clear, because we've been looking at Flagstaff so much. I didn't think anything about the rest of the trip. I figured we'd get over Flagstaff, we'd have it made. We got to Kingman. Tony and Supervisor stayed at Kingman, and I decided I was going to try to make it on over here on 58 to the Lowe's, and that way it could put me a little closer for possible delivery today. Well, for one, I can't get them to answer the phone to tell me if they've got time to receive it today. I'm going to try them back again here in a few minutes. And about 20 miles before I got into Barstow, riding along, everything was great, and it was like a mud wall in front of me. I saw it out in the distance and getting closer and closer, just all the dirt. And I started kind of slacking off just a little bit, and I felt the wind picking up just a little bit, and as soon as I hit that wall of dirt, man, it was bad. So I saw a exit, so I got off there, and there was a dirt parking lot I could park in. And yeah, it was really bad, and blowing dust and all that at night and at 2 o'clock in the morning, just all of it all in was just not good driving conditions. So anyway, I woke up, it was still showing to be 23, 24 mile an hour gusts, and it wasn't. I mean, wind was blowing a whole lot harder than that. So the windy app was not accurate last night, and it was not accurate right now. But I also use Wind Compass and a few other apps. And from right here on, it seems like it's going to be okay until I get right out there close to delivery. And when I get right out there close to delivery, it's supposed to get worse again. It's still enough to make you nervous, because when I get up here and make my left-hand turn, it'll be 2-lane back roads the rest of the way. Pretty much the rest of the way to Arroyo Grande. It'll open up 4-lane, close back in 2 lanes. So if you get out there and the wind starts blowing real bad, then you're kind of stuck with nowhere to go. So I'm trying to watch it as close as I can, and I wish they'd answer their phone out there so I could ask them what the wind's doing out there, because they're right on the coast, and it shows the wind is just right off the coast out on the water. It looks like the wind is horrible, and I'm wondering if any of that's spilling over onto them. So maybe they'll answer the phone and give me a little clarification here in a little bit, and maybe the wind won't get any worse than what it is right now, and everything will be smooth the rest of the way on in there, and I can get headed back home today. Got her all opened up, checking her in, and despite the wind and a little bit of weather we had on this trip, it's been a pretty good trip, especially considering what they were calling for. But I'm gonna get on toward the house, see if I can figure out what's going on with my boost leak, and I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.